The disgraced mogul is currently in custody, housed at Brooklyn MDC, one of the most notorious prisons in the US, that was also the home of Epstein, where he was mysteriously taken out. Now, this is an interview that you don't want to miss. She revealed the dark secrets of working for Diddy, the feds telling her she was found on tapes with famous politicians, Diddy having threesomes with his mom, and more. Be prepared to be floored, and make sure you watch this whole entire video. How did you initially come in contact with Diddy?
Okay, it's a cute story. I'm from California. Prior, I had never been on the East Coast in my entire life. I had never been to Florida. I had never been to New York, nowhere on the East Coast. And a guy I was dating, Anthony Gallo, he's from Cali. We were both from Cali. He got an opportunity. He got scouted by a guy in LA who was a reputable scouting agent. It was initially Wilhelmina Models. And so they gave him the opportunity to come to New York for an audition. When he went out there, he ended up getting a lot of callbacks, but he was back in LA. And they said, well, you know, you're getting all these callbacks, but if you're gonna model for real, we need you out here. So he had never been on the East Coast either. So he was like, and at this time, my family had found out that I had did adult movies. Now, mind you, I had an ex-boyfriend, Jake Steed. He was my boyfriend at first, and he manipulated me into the adult film industry. I only did 8 movies in a 6-month period of my life in the year 1999, but those 8 movies in 6 months follow me to this day. And I signed a residual contract, and Jake Steed been collecting all the money. He done put me on Pornhub. I'm everywhere.
What if I told you that some of the most celebrated celebrities in Hollywood and the music industry have been linked to Diddy's infamous parties in ways you'd never expect? Today, the bombshell allegations from a former insider, Adria English, have sent shockwaves across the entertainment world. In an explosive tell-all, she's naming names, celebrities, presidents, even royalty, detailing what really went down at Diddy's notorious gatherings. These aren't just ordinary parties. These were exclusive, high-profile events where power, money, and influence collided in ways that are both shocking and deeply unsettling. Adria claims to have had direct encounters with some of these A-listers and is pulling back the curtain on a world of manipulation, decadence, and secrecy. From the glitz of Hollywood to the hidden corners of global power, her story exposes an underbelly that many thought would remain hidden forever. But here's the real question. Who are the celebrities she's naming? What exactly happened at these parties? And how deep does this rabbit hole go? You won't believe the connections she's uncovering, and the revelations are nothing short of jaw-dropping. Stay with us as we dive into the specifics of Adria's claims, the shocking allegations against household names, and the chilling details about what these parties entailed. By the end, you'll see why this story has everyone talking.
Anthony is signing for models. Cassie is coming over to our apartment, hanging out. We're all friends. We actually started.
Oh, you was hanging out with Cassie?
Yeah, she would come over our apartment too, because her and Anthony were both signed to Ford Models. We were convenient right there in the middle of the city. So in between your auditions, your casting, you would come smoke weed and hang out at the bomb couple from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? We had the doorman building. We was popping, and so we all had our own private stories of. Because you know, East Coast music was a soundtrack to our lives, you know, from the West Coast. Like, we was fans of everybody. Mary J. Blige, Biggie, 112, Craig Mack, Mace, you know, Black Rob, you know, Young Money, Dirty Money, Diddy, you know, everybody, you know. Lil' Kim, shout out to Lil' Kim. I got to meet her with T-Pain. She was very nice to me. So when we got there, we all had our own, like, when me and Anthony got there, we had our own vision of what we would do if we ever met these certain people, JAYZ, Diddy, and all that. And then Cassie did too. Her and Anthony were inspiring models. And Cassie wanted to sing and stuff. Anthony, he just more wanted to model, smoke weed, look good, get his dick sucked type shit. Cassie, she wanted to model, but she wanted to sing. She wanted to be an entertainer. And so we all had dreams to meet Diddy. So then, fast forward, Anthony ends up getting called to audition for Diddy for the Sean John campaign. So he never invites me along to his auditions or his go-sees, but this particular day he invited me because he knew I was a fan. Like, he knew I was going to be mad that you went to the damn thing and you didn't take me, you know what I mean? Because I you know, wanted to meet people and stuff. I was already a dancer. I was already moving and shaking. I already had a gang of athletes and whatever. But the music industry, because I rap and sing, that's where I wanted to get into. So long story short, we sitting in the waiting room, and one of his homeboys that frequents our apartment comes out of the thing, and he's looking mellow mad, like, shh. And so low-key, me and Anthony laughing. We like, he must not have booked it. Like, he's salty. Like, we laughing to each other, like, you know. And then they called him. And then when they called him, I'm like, yeah, you got this, my nigga. Like, you know, I'm dapping on you.
The explosive revelations, escort names, high-profile celebrities. Adria English has shaken the foundations of the entertainment industry with her jaw-dropping claims, implicating not only A-list celebrities but also presidents and royalty in Diddy's controversial parties. Her revelations, made in a candid and emotional interview, have drawn attention to the hidden, dark side of Hollywood's glittering facade. These accusations are not merely gossip, but include detailed accounts that name names and describe troubling scenarios.
Hey, you see that long-ass list of names Diddy just put out? Why are these all Kamala Harris supporters?
Drake.
Drake.
Oprah.
Oprah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Will Smith.
Wilson Smith.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Black King God. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Snoop.
Snoop.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Swiss Beats.
Steve.
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Maluma.
Luma.
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae.
Sierra.
Sierra.
Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, that's my sis right there. Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
J Balvin.
Adria alleges that these parties were attended by some of the world's most powerful figures, from Hollywood elites to international dignitaries. She claims that these events were more than social gatherings. They were meticulously organized environments where exploitation and coercion flourished under the guise of luxury and exclusivity. Presidents, princes, and renowned celebrities are now being scrutinized for their alleged involvement, sparking a worldwide demand for answers. The revelations have sent shockwaves through both the public and the media, raising urgent questions about accountability and justice. Are these claims credible? Adria's detailed accounts, paired with her insistence on transparency, lend weight to her story. As more details emerge, the pressure mounts on those implicated to either clear their names or face potential legal consequences. Inside Diddy's parties, what really happened? Diddy's parties have long been celebrated as extravagant, star-studded events, but the accounts from insiders like Adria English reveal a much darker reality. These gatherings, often labeled as white parties or freak-offs, were shrouded in secrecy, with strict guest lists and even stricter non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Behind the glamour and the celebrity appearances lay an environment of manipulation and alleged exploitation.
You know why Puff's parties are so cool, man? Because you can't get into the party. It doesn't matter what the fuck's going on in the party. Nothing cool is going on in the party. It's a party. But you can't, for some fucking reason, at his party, you can't get into his party. So now what do you want to do? Get into that man's party and see what the fuck all the hubbub's about. So right now I have a do not fucking enter sign on Machine Gun Kelly, man.
Adria paints a chilling picture of these events, describing how attendees were often pre-selected based on their physical appearance or social status. Once inside, the atmosphere shifted from celebratory to unsettling. Guests were reportedly pressured into compromising situations, with power dynamics heavily favoring the event organizers and their inner circles. The lines between consent and coercion blurred, creating a toxic environment where exploitation thrived. These parties allegedly served as a hub for transactional encounters, where influence, power, and wealth were leveraged to manipulate attendees. For some, the allure of being part of such exclusive events quickly turned into a nightmare. Adria's testimony underscores the need for a deeper investigation into the true nature of these gatherings and how they were allowed to continue unchecked for so long. Presidential and royal connections, a global web of influence. One of the most shocking aspects of Adria English's allegations is the claim that presidents, princes, and even kings were involved in Diddy's infamous parties. These revelations suggest that the reach of these gatherings extended far beyond Hollywood, connecting them to some of the world's most powerful figures. The idea that global elites attended these events raises troubling questions about the scale and scope of the alleged activities.
You've been able to speak to your son.
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing...
How are you feeling today?
Adria alleges that these influential attendees were not just casual observers, but active participants in a system of exploitation. The presence of royalty and presidents at these events highlights the alarming intersection of wealth, power, and secrecy. How did such figures, who often operate under intense public scrutiny, manage to attend without attracting attention? These connections suggest that Diddy's parties were more than just extravagant social events. They were potential hubs for networking among the world's elite, where the rules of ordinary society didn't apply. If these claims are true, they underscore a disturbing culture of impunity among the rich and powerful. As investigators dig deeper, the implications of these connections could have far-reaching consequences, not just for Diddy, but for global leaders as well. Janice Combs' alleged role: a family scandal.
Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, and twin daughters, Delilah and Jessie, visited him at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center last week. This marked their first reunion since his arrest, an emotional encounter that left the family both relieved and heartbroken under the watchful eye of staff.
Adria English's accusations take an even darker turn as they implicate Janice Combs, Diddy's mother, in the alleged abuse and exploitation surrounding these events. According to Adria, Janice wasn't merely an observer, but an enabler and even an active participant in maintaining the environment that allowed these parties to thrive.
Well, let's talk about Mama Diddy. Janice likes minors. She likes to drink breast milk, allegedly. She believes it makes you younger. Like how babies need those nutrients to, develop. Those same nutrients, she believes, rejuvenate you. She likes, allegedly, to have threesomes with her son. You know how you and your son play with my friend underage in the bed, Janice? It started with her, Clive Davis. Clive Davis, one of the main ones.
Clive Davis used to abuse Diddy, correct?
Correct.
Allegedly.
And you see right now when they trying to ask him about Diddy, he's like, huh? Playing like he got no memory. But he was right there in the rooms with my friend who was underage. You know why he has so much anger against women? Because of you, Janice. Because of what you did to him. But Janice, you the worst one. You created it.
Getting a drip with me, she's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
My baby.
Ma, freshly dipped though. She could touch the floor with her palms, Flat. Oh!
Adria claims that Janice's influence on Diddy was profound, shaping his behavior and potentially encouraging his alleged actions. These allegations portray Janice not only as a maternal figure, but as someone deeply intertwined with the event's organization. Her purported involvement adds another layer of complexity to the scandal, turning what was previously seen as an individual's wrongdoing into a potential family enterprise. If true, these allegations raise serious questions about Janice's accountability and the role of family dynamics in perpetuating harmful behavior. Did she facilitate these events to support Diddy's lifestyle, or was her involvement even more direct? Adria's claims suggest that the exploitation wasn't limited to Diddy's actions alone, but may have been part of a broader pattern involving those closest to him. Adria's perspective. Living through the horror for Adria. English coming forward with these revelations has been a journey fraught with pain, trauma, and resistance. She recounts being paid extra to participate in explicit acts during Diddy's parties, describing the emotional and psychological toll these experiences have taken on her. Her decision to speak out wasn't made lightly. It came after years of grappling with the weight of her experiences and the fear of retaliation. Adria's testimony highlights the immense courage required to break the silence surrounding such powerful figures. Her account sheds light on the challenges faced by victims of exploitation, from societal skepticism to outright victim blaming. Despite the backlash, Adria has remained steadfast in her mission to expose the truth, motivated by a desire to prevent others from enduring similar harm.
Because I had been an ex, porn star, and I was currently an exotic dancer. For me, it was regular scheduled programming. Like, it's just what rich people with money do. Like, he tried it, he wanted to see, you know what I mean? To me, it was more funny, but Anthony took more offense. Like, no, like, he got me fucked up. So I had let it go. I was over it. But when they asked me to work the parties, I was like, hell yeah, I would have did that shit damn near for free. You know what I mean? Just for the networking. I was a groupie at that point. And I didn't realize how pretty I was. I didn't realize they looked at me like that. And I extra didn't know that Diddy had gotten word of my former career in the adult entertainment industry that I was manipulated into by an ex-boyfriend that I only did for 6 months out of my life, that I wasn't trying, I didn't have aspirations to be a P-star, none of that. I got manipulated into it so somebody could basically get my residuals and be basically caking off of me the last 20 plus years. I was very sheltered, naive. My parents were from LA, and so they raised me in the suburbs because they didn't want me to experience anything they saw growing up in the hood. And so when I went to Long Beach State and they put me in the co-ed dorms, to the left were the athletes and to the right were the girls who were stripping to get through school because they were all from LA, Compton, and Long Beach. I'm from Chino, California, a little nerdy girl with valedictorian. So when they were stripping to get through college, I kicked it with them. And that's how I ended up with JAYZ Diddy. And he saw the innocence and naiveness in me. He got me to do their movies. And then when Diddy found out about it, they used that against me. And then he viewed me as somebody that was sexually exploited, worthy. And yeah. And he played on my heart. It's called coercion of the heart.
Her story serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of survivors and the importance of creating spaces where their voices can be heard. By sharing her experiences, Adria is not only seeking justice for herself, but also shining a spotlight on the systemic issues that allow such exploitation to thrive. Jennifer Lopez, Mary J. Blige, and more celebrity entanglements. The allegations surrounding Diddy's parties have drawn in other high-profile names, including Jennifer Lopez and Mary J. Blige. Adria English's claims suggest that these celebrities were either complicit in or unknowingly involved in the event's darker aspects. These accusations have cast a shadow over their careers, prompting questions about their roles in the unfolding scandal. Adria alleges that these celebrities were part of a culture that normalized exploitative behavior, whether through active participation or passive complicity. The power dynamics at play often left little room for dissent, creating an environment where even influential figures could find themselves entangled in troubling situations.
If you recall, the last time that you were here,
yes,
I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
yes.
that. Yes.
Or in my mind.
Look at that. Look at.
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with
first of all,
Pitbull.
right, Pitbull. It's crazy. Everybody came alive. They
Everybody
all
has-
had something to say.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion.
Yes, it's funny to me.
So, but all right, so no Puffy.
For J-Lo, Mary J. Blige, and others named in the allegations, the implications are significant. Were they victims of the same system, or did they play a more active role in enabling it? As more details come to light, the public will demand accountability, forcing these figures to confront the allegations head-on. Financial transactions. The receipts from party payments. One of the most compelling aspects of Adria English's testimony is her claim of having receipts to back up her allegations. She describes detailed records of financial transactions, including credit card payments, that reveal the transactional nature of Diddy's parties. These payments weren't just for logistical expenses, but allegedly facilitated the exploitation that took place. Adria's claims suggest that financial secrecy was a key component of these events, with luxury spending used to mask the darker activities. If verified, these records could provide crucial evidence in corroborating her story, linking the accused to specific incidents and individuals.
Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer had a bizarre explanation for why the rapper had so much baby oil. While speaking to the press, his lawyer Mark Agnifilio responded to claims that 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant were confiscated from Combs' homes in Miami and LA. Agnifilio told the New York Post, "I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there is a Costco right down the street. I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know."
The presence of such documentation raises the stakes for those implicated. It challenges the long-standing practice of using wealth and influence to evade accountability, signaling a shift toward transparency and justice. For investigators, these financial records could serve as a roadmap, uncovering the full extent of the alleged exploitation. Exotic requests and disturbing allegations. Adria English's accounts of Diddy's parties include bizarre and unsettling details that go beyond the ordinary. From exotic animals to unusual party themes, these allegations paint a picture of excess and decadence taken to extremes. While some might dismiss these stories as sensationalized, they reveal deeper issues about the culture surrounding these events. Adria describes an environment where indulgence knew no bounds, with exotic requests becoming a regular part of the parties. These details underscore the power dynamics at play, where attendees felt compelled to participate in increasingly outrageous activities to fit in or avoid backlash. The claims of exotic behavior also raise questions about how. Such practices were normalized within this elite circle. Were these parties merely a reflection of a hedonistic lifestyle, or were they part of a more calculated system of exploitation? Adria's testimony suggests the latter, pointing to a culture that thrived on manipulation and excess. The role of NDAs, silencing victims and witnesses. Non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, have emerged as a critical element in Adria English's allegations, with claims that they were used to silence victims and witnesses. These agreements reportedly prevented individuals from speaking out about what they saw or experienced, effectively suppressing key evidence for years. Adria's testimony challenges the validity of these NDAs, arguing that they cannot be used to cover up illegal activities. As more victims come forward, legal experts are questioning whether these agreements were signed under duress and whether they can be overturned in court.
Victims, shielding perpetrators from accountability and hindering investigations. It is imperative to scrutinize the use of NDAs and ensure they are not used to suppress allegations of wrongdoing or obstruct.
The use of NDAs highlights a systemic issue within the entertainment industry, where secrecy is often prioritized over accountability. By exposing this practice, Adria is shining a light on one of the key mechanisms that allowed exploitation to thrive unchecked. The bigger picture. What's next for Hollywood and justice? Adria English's revelations are part of a larger reckoning for Hollywood and the entertainment industry. The allegations against Diddy and others have forced the public to confront uncomfortable truths about power, privilege, and systemic exploitation. As the investigation unfolds, there are growing calls for reform within the industry. From rethinking the use of NDAs to creating safer environments for victims to come forward, this case could set a precedent for how such issues are addressed in the future. The impact of these revelations extends far beyond the individuals involved, challenging the industry to take accountability for its darker secrets. Could this be the beginning of a cultural shift? Or will Hollywood continue to protect its most powerful figures? The answer lies in the actions taken in the weeks and months to come. What we've uncovered today is just the tip of the iceberg in this jaw-dropping story of Diddy's infamous parties and the shocking names now being implicated. Adria English's testimony isn't just sparking conversations, it's forcing a reckoning in the entertainment industry. The allegations against some of the most beloved figures in Hollywood and beyond are raising serious questions about accountability, power, and the lengths some will go to maintain their secrets. From the chilling details of these exclusive gatherings to the explosive claims about who was involved, this story highlights the darker side of fame and influence. What do you think about Adria's revelations? Are these celebrities complicit, or is there more to the story? We'll continue following this scandal as it unfolds, bringing you the latest updates and breaking news. Don't miss out on future developments. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay informed. Thank you for joining us today and being part of this crucial conversation. Your thoughts and opinions matter, so don't forget to leave a comment and share your perspective. Together, let's demand accountability and transparency in an industry that often hides its darkest secrets. See you in the next video.